Hey there, this is the American Mutt, independent, also a member of the Holy Spirit of Humanity. Now, one of the things that always gets me is the lies that are told to keep racism going. Like black people commit more crimes. Really? You sure about that? Now, think really, really hard. Have you ever jaywalked? Have you ever ridden a bicycle on the sidewalk or without a helmet? Have you ever drank underage? So, that's a straight out lie. More white people do commit crime per capita because I'd be willing to bet almost 90 to 100% of white people have committed a crime. So, we solved that. More people, and it goes the same for most humans. But we also have the issue of, oh, well, look, the prisons are full of more black people than white people. Okay, let's try this one on. Where do most black people live? In a city, right? Where do most white people live? In the country or in little towns, right? Okay. Now, see, when white people get pissed off, we go out in the woods. We go out into the country. We go out. When black people get pissed off that live in the city, they're going outside and to another group of black people that are pissed off living in the city. It's your location. If black people would get out of the fucking city, and this will solve another problem coming up too. Get out of the city and start living in the country, living a good life. You will have less crime in the black community. There's more black people in the city in a condensed area. We live by all these lies. What's the next one? Oh, more blacks, unalive other blacks, more violence. Really? I'm not seeing that in history, really. I mean, maybe you do, but I don't. Catholic Church pretty much slaughtered witches left and right, and they weren't black. They slaughtered the Persians. They weren't, well, they were black. And they were white Christians that did it. World War I, not a lot of black people fought in World War I. World War II, still not a lot of black people fought in World War II. And how many white people died? How about we talk about a special day that we did such a horrible thing to Japan? 150,000 Japanese in one shot. Well, in two shots, one day. 150,000 in moments. And yet, black people are more violent than black people? I'm not seeing that, really. They were white politicians that told them to drop the bombs. There were white politicians that told them to create the nuclear bomb. Show me where the black crime is compared to a nuclear bomb, the crime it does. You can't, can you? But no, blacks are more violent. Really, the worst thing that the black population has ever really done to itself is slavery. That you're guilty for. And say, not in the U.S. Yes, there were black slave owners in the U.S. And B, you were sold to the Europeans by the slavers. So, and I hate slavery. That's my final goal. Once slavery's gone, I'll be happy I can go off into the woods and die like a human should. But you cannot compare any of these. All the black crime in the U.S., since the U.S. has been created, is nothing compared to what the U.S. has done in a matter of a month, or other white groups have done to other people. And it's not just that. The Mongolians did it to the whites. The Romans, the Italians did it to the Christians. I mean, where do you get your statistics? I guarantee if you moved all the white people into the city and moved all the black people out to the country, the numbers would totally change. When you put people in a condensed area, you're going to have more violence. You're going to have more crime because you can't hide. You can go out in the country 10 feet off the road and smoke a bowl and no one will ever know. It's not that white people commit less crimes. We just don't get caught as much because we are in rural. We are out in the country. That's why the numbers are never true. The numbers are made up by people that want to keep you thinking that, oh, blacks do more crime. Bullshit. Bullshit. Tell me one black person created a nuclear bomb. No? I can tell you a good black person, Martin Luther King. But we seem to forgot his words. You know, judged by the character. Judged by the quality of the person. No. Now it's all about color. You want another one? You want to do the wealth thing? All right, let's try you out there. Are there more black, wealthy athletes than white? Yeah, by far. And it's even to get into, how about musicians? There's an awful lot of minorities in musicians that are uber wealthy. How about TV? Oprah Winfrey's pretty damn rich. Now remember, it's only 12% of the population is black. So figure that in when you figure out the uber wealthy in this country too. No, you don't want to do that. Then you got Michael Jordan's hawking shoes that are made by slaves. Oh yeah, well, I hate slavery. My shoes are made by slaves, but I hate slavery. Yeah, shut the fuck up, Jordan. I hate hypocrites. And they all know it. You don't think Oprah benefits from using them children in African countries in her school? Puff Daddy. Hell, most of your idols are either gangbangers or drinking Hennessy. That's something that they want you doing. They're doing to the black community what they did to the Native Americans. You ever realize that? They came and brought us alcohol and then put us in places where we would get disease, kind of like in the city. So you want to lower what they call the black crime population? Get the fuck out of the cities. Live in the country. When you get mad, you can go outside and shoot your gun, and you're aiming at a target, not a building across the street. If you ever look at cities, they're designed like prisons. Concrete everywhere, and aisles for you to follow down like a good little sheep. Out in the country, we're twisty, windy roads. Up the mountain, through the woods to see Grandma's house. So for all the young black people want to escape the crime that they tell you that you're going to be so much guilt, or all black people are guilty of, or whatever the hell BLM was pushing their shit. Can't stand that group either. Get out of the city. You'll lower the crime rate. And any of you white right-wingers want to talk about the unaliving rate? You have no room to talk. Just go see Japan in the 40s. Even all the unalivings that blacks have caused each other cannot amount to that many in one shot, 2 shots. So you can't say they're more violent. I've seen a ton more violence out of white people than I've ever seen out of black. Personally, you're just humans. I don't know why it's so hard to understand. Male, female, we're just humans. Black, white, we're just humans. Hispanic, blah, 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 you know, the whole, as much as we have the LGBT thing with that all, which I can't stand either, not the community. You're just humans. I just don't like labels. Human's about the only label I really do like. But it's not anything that is about the character of the people causing the crime. It's their living situation. So if you want to escape, you want to lower the crime rate of young black men, get them the hell out of the city. Get them into the country. Another one we hear, that blacks are in poverty more. Not even close. There are more white people that are homeless per percentage because of the amount of white people. There are more white people that are living paycheck to paycheck. Remember, there's only like 10% that are well above everybody else, but don't have to worry about it. What do you think the other 90% all black? No. Majority of them are white. Get out of the city and go drive into some of these backwood towns that are falling apart because people took the coal or I live in the East Coast, so coal's a big one. We literally lost the whole town because they burnt their garbage in the coal mines. And that was a bunch of white people too. So I don't want to hear any more blacks are more violent. It's not you're more violent. You're just put in a jungle situation where you can't escape. You're surrounded by buildings, by walls. That's why you have innocents getting shot. When you have innocents in the country getting shot, it's normally a hunting accident. Be safe. If you're a minority, don't go to the city. You're just walking into a prison. You don't know it yet. I could never be a city dweller. It would, ugh. But when you want to talk about poor, drive into West Virginia. Drive up, even in my own state, Tyrone, Pennsylvania. There are more heroin addicts that are white than any other color. There are more people dying that are white in America than any other color. It's so weird how the numbers really can change if you actually look at the statistics and why things are the way they are. How many of the black men that you're talking about live in the country? Bet most of them don't. So come out, get out of the fucking cities. All a city is a jail. If you look at any utopia movie of hell, it's always a city. So escape the city, escape the confinement, and you'll find out that it isn't the color that makes the crime. It's the situation they're in. Be safe, be strong. You're never alone. And we're all just fucking humans. It's time to move on. To evolve.